Hi guys, my name is Aaron, also known as Fulltime FM, collaborating with FMScout, and welcome to episode 2 of the Sugar Daddy series. Now, if you're not familiar with the series, what we've done is maxed out the finances of every team in the Premier League just to make it a bit more fair for the smaller, not so rich clubs. So in episode 1, what we did is maxed out all the finances and we checked out all the signings that were made up till January. A serious amount of money was spent. Every single team spent a crap load of money and got a load of players into their clubs. So what we're going to do now, I've holidayed till the 6th of June 2016. We're going to see how the money has affected the teams, affected the league, see how the teams got on in Europe, see if there's been any manager sackings, see if there's any new managers in the league as well, and we'll take it from there. So first thing we have got to do is, let's have a quick look. Go on to the Premier League. And this is how it finished. United were champions. Chelsea came second. City, then Arsenal. That was the top 4. It was then Spurs and Swansea. Then it was Southampton, Palace, Stoke, West Ham, Liverpool, Villa, Everton, West Brom, Watford, Sunderland, Newcastle, and unfortunately, Norwich, Bournemouth, and Leicester all got relegated. So it's had a bit of a weird effect on Leicester. In real life, they're top of the league, and they've just been at their finances maxed out, and at the bottom of the league, getting relegated. So that's how the table looked. Now, looking at the stats, Aguero was the top goal scorer, then it was Sanchez, then Depay. Best average rating, Aguero, De Bruyne, and Depay. Most assists was Silva, Ramsey, and De Bruyne. Most player of the matches, Aguero, John Stones, and Alderweireld. Most clean sheets was De Gea, Courtois, and Cech. Most yellow cards was MacArthur, Funes, and Song. So what we'll do now is have a look at the award winners. We'll start at the top. We've just checked out the Golden Glove. Footballer of the Year was Sergio Aguero for Manchester City. Manager of the Month started with, let's have a look, Flores, Pochettino, Klopp, Mourinho, Pochettino, Van Gaal, Pellegrini, then Louis Van Gaal. Manager of the Year was Louis Van Gaal. Jesus Christ. Player of the Month, Deeney, Sigurdsson, Stones, Sanchez, Depay, Bonny, Perez, Sanchez, Depay, and Ramsey. Players Player of the Year was David Silva for Manchester City. Now here's the interesting one. Team of the Year. De Gea in net, Blint, Terry, Stone, Zabaleta. Depay, Ramsey, Silva, Berardi, Perez, and Aguero. So Berardi got in there, one of the new signings that aren't actually at a team before we started this series. Well, not a team in the Premier League. And Jose Perez got at the top with Aguero now playing for Crystal Palace. So young player was Domenico Berardi for Manchester United. Top goal scorer, we've just checked out, Aguero, Sanchez, and Memphis Depay. And the young player of the month was Depay, Barbosa. Stones, Depay, and Bemba, Stones, Berardi, and Martial. So what we'll do now is we'll go back to the Premier League. We'll start at the top with Manchester United. Go on managers, and we'll see what the managers are looking like. See if anyone's been sacked and who they've been replaced with. So Van Gaal is obviously still there. We'll go the other way. Pellegrini's been sacked and he's been replaced by Carlo Ancelotti. My God. Klopp's been sacked, and then Inglethorpe came in, and now they've got Roberto Mancini. My word. Leicester have already sacked 2 managers in one season. Ranieri, they then got Beagle Hole as the caretaker position. Then they got Frank de Boer in, and now they've got Beagle Hole in the caretaker position again. Bloody hell, Leicester. Everton. Martinez got sacked. Zinedine Zidane. What's he doing there? Is he an assistant manager? They've actually got Zidane as their assistant manager, Everton. And David Moyes is back. Palace has still got Pardew. Mourinho still at Chelsea. Eddie Howe still at Bournemouth. Remy Gard still at Villa. Wenger still at Arsenal. Bilic is still at West Ham. Pulis still at West Brom. Kiki Flores is still at Watford. Pochettino still at Spurs. Monk is still at Swansea. Unfortunately, he's not there in real life anymore. Allardyce is still at Sunderland. Hughes is still at Stoke. Coleman is still at Southampton. Alex Neil has been sacked by Norwich. They've replaced him with Nigel Pearson. Oh, look at this. McLaren's been sacked. Cathro took the caretaker position and they've replaced him with Brendan Rodgers. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, getting Rodgers in. And we're back at Manchester United. So what we'll do now is, let's have a quick look. We'll go to the FA Cup. See who won that. Right, winners of the FA Cup was Liverpool. They beat Arsenal in the final 3-2. So Liverpool have won a trophy. Look at the Capital One Cup. That was won by Manchester City versus Manchester United in the final. So it was a Manchester derby, and City won 1-0. So what we'll do, we'll have a look at the Champions League, see if any of the English teams have won it. Chelsea beat Arsenal in the final. My word. Oh, Arsenal never won it. London rivalry. Premier League rivalry. Came up against Chelsea and got beat 2-1. Let's have a quick look at the game, see what happened. So Chelsea went 1-0 up after... Arsenal, went 1-0 up after 28 minutes. Then everybody's favourite footballer, Diego Costa, got the 2 goals. And they lifted the trophy. Oh, unlucky for Arsenal. Jose Mourinho will be very, very happy, as will Abramovich. Now we'll check out the Europa League. Is it actually called the Europa League? I'm not too sure if I've got the proper names on. Hang on a second. The Euro Cup. There we go. That was actually won by Napoli. They beat Wolfsburg, so none of the English teams got into that. Have a look at the Ballon d'Or. Right, so the golden ball was in fact Lionel Messi. Then it was Rodriguez, then Ronaldo. World Player of the Year was Messi, Rodriguez, Ronaldo. World Team of the Year was Messi, Ronaldo, Zlatan, De Bruyne. Wow, De Bruyne got in there. Rodriguez, Thuram, Marcelo, Boateng, Ramos, Lam, and Manuel Neuer. On the bench was Buffon, De Rossi, Goetze. Ozil got in there. Suarez, Hummels, and Robert Lewandowski. Imagine having that team. Imagine having this team on FM16. You would be unbeatable. You'd be too good. You just wouldn't lose a single match. So that is how the Premier League finished. That's who won the FA Cup, the Capital One Cup, the Champions League, and the Europa League as well. So what I'm going to do is I'll max out the finances of the 3 teams that got promoted, which was in fact, let's have a quick look. So Brighton got into the Premier League, won on extra time. They beat Hull in the final. Oh, clicked on the wrong thing there. Let's have a look. And the other 2 teams were Cardiff and QPR, now back in the Premier League. So what I'll do, like I said, when the teams get promoted from the Championship into the Premier League, I'll max out their finances so they can compete with the other teams. I'll do Brighton's as well because they got promoted by the playoffs. And then I'll holiday till the end of the summer transfer window. See if there's been any more sackings. We'll see which players have come into the Premier League, or if any Premier League teams have been doing quite a bit of swapping, because a serious amount of money was spent in the Premier League, like 160 million, 180 million, serious amount of money. So on that note, that is going to be the end of the episode. Hit the like button if you like this series. If you want to leave a comment. Hit subscribe if you want to see the rest of it. And I'll be back next at the end of the summer transfer window, and I will see you guys then.